Kendra Ruth here for the Hero Spouse, here to answer one of your questions about midlife crisis and your marriage. Today we have Julie. Julie's bomb drop was May of 2018 and her date of marriage is 1995. She has a low energy wallower and a boomerang. Julie says, my husband has been saying for about a year that he would like to move back into the house, although he has not shown any movement towards me in any emotional way. He sent me a text message at the beginning of the year saying he made a vow to himself that he was either going to put effort and energy into putting our family back together or he was going to get a divorce. Today he sent me something asking me where I stood on that and if I was willing to let him move back in, or if we should take steps to formalize our uncoupling, as he phrased it. And I apologize because I was sick last week. I did not get to this one the week before, and it was a rollover, and then we didn't have any Facebook Lives last week, so I'm catching up. So I apologize that this is coming in later. So he has just asked if she would like to formalize the uncoupling or move back home, have him move home. He then sent me something that said if I don't let him move back in or give him the answer he's looking for that tells him all he needs to know. I know, Julie, you know that it doesn't, but that's how he's going to do it right now. But just for you, it doesn't tell him all he needs to know. He doesn't get to dictate how you respond. I don't know how to go forward with this because he's clearly not ready to be a part of our family, but he won't discuss it. He wants to move in and have the benefits of living in our home, but he's not willing to be a good husband. So he wants to cake eat. But that's not how he's thinking of it. He's not understanding of it. I believe he's been for a while in a very angry state. If I'm thinking that correctly. And he is trying to push you. Chuck would do this to me, but he didn't do it in the same manner of, well, you either divorce or do this to me. And he'd always come home anyway. So I didn't have to worry about it. You set a boundary and you be firm with him. But when you do this, you start everything and you end them. If you are able to end them, in other words, if you don't have to set consequences by hanging up, walking away and saying this isn't appropriate, we'll talk later. You start with a reassurance and you end with a reassurance, because in the middle of that, there are going to be things they don't like to hear. So I want you to tell him that, yes, you want him to move in someday. And I want you to say, praise him. I don't know if glad is the right word, but that kind of word. I'm so glad that you would like to move home. The problem is he's not prepared. So I don't want you saying, I'm so glad you're prepared to move home. I'm so glad you would like to move home. That's what I want too. So you're reassuring him, I want that too. Instead of a but, it'll probably have the same effect. But I try to use other words because I always talk about comma buts and how if you say but, ignore everything I just said. So the problem right now is that you're not prepared to move home. You're not ready to do what needs to be done in a positive manner to do positive work on us. Instead, it feels like it feels like you want to come home and get the benefits of being home. Take advantage of the benefits of being at home while not working on our relationship, while not being emotionally available, and while not working on what needs to be done toward healing. And healing has to be the priority. Healing needs to start before you move home. And once we both establish it, we have good faith in it together, both of us, then we can take more steps toward moving home. Some of the good faith needs to be counseling. Some of the good faith needs to be us having talks. And if need be, counseling might be the best place to have those talks if you're not comfortable or not doing it, because it's hard. And I know it's hard, but I want you to know it's what I want. What I want is you. What I want is us. I want you and me to be together. I think that's the best for both of us. I think it can be beautiful, and I think we can be successful at it. I know we can. But it's premature. It's premature because we don't say, okay, prove to me that you let me come home and then I'll work on it. You prove to me that you can do it and that you're willing to be the best spouse you can. Not just do what I'm capable of, but willing to do the work to heal. Because there's a lot of pain and a lot of damage that's been done. And it's okay. It's okay. It's not too much. It's not too much. The bridge hasn't burned. But we need to start that healing. We need a good faith that we're going to be doing it. Because others have done this before, and when they don't get that started, it sets it up for a worse failure. And I don't want that for us. All these things, I know they feel like obstacles in the way. Like, I just want to get home now. Can't you let me get home now and prove it? But no. I am invested too much in our making it work to do that. You mean too much to me for me to rush into this. Healing's got to come first. It doesn't mean we're going to be fully healed. It means that we have to start the process. So there were some reassurances back there at the end where I said you want it and that it's important to you and you feel that this is the most important thing and the best way to do it. But in the middle, there's things he doesn't want to hear. And he might hear those things he doesn't want to hear, and it sets him off. You might not get to the reassurances at the end. But those are the things I want you to do. And I don't know if he's going to let you have that conversation. So write it out. Because, look, I've been talking, for a few minutes, and I said quite a bit. And a lot of it was reading around that. So that probably took 5 minutes or less. Now cut it down, because I repeated a lot, giving different ideas. Cut it down. You could probably say, cut that difficult part to 3 lines. 1 line that starts before it, and then 1 line that starts after it. So you might have something that's a 5-line paragraph. Not sure. So that shouldn't take you very long to say. And I want you to practice it. And then I want you to have different scenarios of it. What needs to be in there. Then have different scenarios of when he makes comments about it. How do you respond back? And he might just bluster and scream and go off. And you have to accept that and let him, lick his wounds and wait and come back again at a better date. Okay? I know it's going to be hard. I want you to think about getting yourself into counseling if you're not already, just to coaching counseling so that you can help deal with this ever-changing and keep to your boundaries. Those boundaries are really important. Okay. Julie, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any more questions, because I know this has been a changing situation this year. So I know it's ever evolving and it can be really nerve-wracking. So let me know what you need, and I will see everybody in the next question.